In the early morning of December 25, 2020, an RV parked along 2nd Avenue North in downtown Nashville at around 1:22 a.m. At first, there was nothing suspicious or out of the ordinary, but around 6 a.m., a strange and extremely loud sound started coming from the RV, warning everyone nearby that something was about to happen. A pre-recorded voice was coming through speakers installed on the RV, warning everyone nearby to evacuate the area immediately. Not knowing what to believe or what was about to happen, a group of Nashville police officers who were working the night shift decided to take every precaution they could. They immediately began evacuating as many people as possible and urged everyone to leave the downtown area as quickly as they could. Their body camera footage, which was later released by authorities, shows just how urgently the officers were trying to get people to safety, with this happening just a few minutes after the message first started broadcasting.
Hey man, we can take the body. We got a conversation.
415B9 to 411 Charles.
So you're not doing anything wrong, okay? You're not in trouble, but there is something serious happening down the road.
Go for 11.
Okay? Do you mind going down to 2nd and
Where do they need to go when they are evacuating the building? I've got up to 2nd Commerce, and the property managers want to know where they need to go.
Anywhere but the 2nd Avenue side, preferably the 1st Avenue side. That's so weird. That's like something out of a movie.
Like The Purge?
Yeah.
Keep watching the videos.
Wow.
Going around that RV and hearing the message really gave off an incredibly creepy vibe, perfectly matching what the officers described as feeling like something straight out of a movie. They had no idea whether this was some kind of prank or if the warning was actually real. Strangely, witnesses also reported hearing the song Downtown by Petula Clark playing from the RV's speakers at one point, which made the whole situation even eerier, considering where they were and the song's references to city streets. About 15 minutes after the voice first started broadcasting, the officers had already managed to evacuate a large number of people from the area and were waiting at a safe distance. Unfortunately, it turned out that the creepy voice wasn't bluffing. It really was trying to warn everyone to get out of the area, because this is what happened next.
Fire medical down here just went off. Fire medical signal 10. Whew. Hey, I'm second and broad. Commander 425, are you 10-4?
He's in 4.
You guys okay?
Correct.
No, my guys.
Where's your car? Okay, go to your car. What's going on?
213, myself and 215 are all going around.
I got 213 and 215 in route. Who else is in route? I missed the first one. 221. Yeah, I don't.
The RV eventually exploded. The blast heavily damaged dozens of buildings in Nashville's historic district and caused a major disruption to AT&T's telecommunications network across multiple states, affecting 911 call centers, hospitals, and other essential services for days. Thankfully, because of the warning message, no members of the public were killed, although several people were injured. The officers can be seen moving the remaining people farther away from the area, just in case another explosion happened. Authorities later confirmed that the RV belonged to 63-year-old Anthony Quinn Warner, an IT consultant from Antioch, Tennessee, who had worked for years installing computer and alarm systems, including some previous contract work for the Metro Nashville Police Department. The only person who died in the explosion was Warner himself, who was still inside the RV when it detonated. After the bombing, investigators began digging into his life, trying to understand what could have driven him to do something like this. What they uncovered was deeply disturbing. Friends and acquaintances said Warner had become increasingly fixated on conspiracy theories involving 5G technology, government surveillance, and even reptilian and alien theories. The fact that he specifically targeted an AT&T facility fueled speculation that his beliefs about 5G may have played a role, although investigators were cautious about identifying that as the definitive motive. In the weeks leading up to the bombing, Warner gave away his house and a car to acquaintances and reportedly told an ex-girlfriend that he had terminal cancer, although there was no confirmed record of such a diagnosis. Even more disturbing, his ex-girlfriend had contacted police about 16 months before the explosion, claiming that Warner was building explosives inside his RV outside their home. And then there was a chilling conversation just 4 days before the bombing. On December 21st, 2020, Warner's neighbor, Rick Lauda, saw him standing near his mailbox in their Antioch neighborhood and stopped to talk, as they apparently did from time to time. Lauda casually asked how Warner's elderly mother was doing, and then asked him, "Is Santa going to bring you anything good for Christmas?" Warner smiled and replied, "Oh yeah, Nashville and the world is never going to forget me." 4 days later, Nashville would be changed forever. The FBI's final assessment, released in 2021, concluded that there wasn't one clear motive behind the bombing. Instead, investigators believed a combination of paranoia, personal losses, and what Warner believed was a terminal illness may have contributed to what happened. They ultimately believed that he wasn't specifically trying to kill other people, and that his declining mental health likely played a major role in the events leading up to the explosion. But knowing what happened afterward, that warning coming from the RV becomes even more chilling. It wasn't a prank. The voice was giving people one last chance to get away. On January 19th, 2019, Uber driver Albert Castro picked up a passenger outside a bar in Citrus Heights, California. The passenger was 32-year-old Chu Vong, who had spent hours drinking and was heavily intoxicated. For Albert, transporting drunk passengers was nothing unusual. It was simply another part of his job, so he had no reason to believe this particular ride would be any different. But that assumption changed very quickly. Chu climbed into the front seat and, at first, seemed relatively harmless. He attempted to make conversation with Albert, although his speech and behavior clearly showed how intoxicated he was. Then, without warning, Chu became increasingly agitated. He began telling Albert that they were going to crash. Albert tried to reassure him, explaining that everything was under control and there was no danger of an accident. What Albert didn't understand was that Chu wasn't actually warning him about a crash. He was threatening him. And only moments later, Albert discovered exactly what Chu had in mind. Fortunately, the entire confrontation was captured by Albert's dash camera.
We're going to south side. Man! We're gonna go. You gotta let go, man. No, we're gonna go crazy.
Albert reacted as quickly as he could, using all his strength to restrain Chu's hands and prevent him from grabbing the steering wheel. They were traveling at high speed on the highway, so losing control of the car could have ended in a fatal crash. After attempting to take control of the wheel, Chu appeared to pass out, and for a moment it seemed like Albert had everything under control. But that didn't last long. Just moments later, Chu suddenly tried to grab the steering wheel again.
I love you, brother. I love you, brother.
We're not gonna die, man, but you gotta let go.
No, I love you, brother. I love you, brother.
You gotta let go, man.
I love you, brother. But just, brother. Brother, I love you, brother. You try to kill me? Try to kill me.
Fortunately, realizing just how dangerous the situation had become, Albert decided to slow down and pull over carefully, giving the vehicles behind him enough time to react and preventing what could have turned into a major chain reaction collision on the highway. What made the situation even more disturbing was how little Chu seemed to care about what was happening, or perhaps he was simply too intoxicated to understand the danger. He kept saying things like, "We're going to die," as if it were nothing. After taking a moment to catch his breath and make sure Chu wasn't going to grab the wheel again, Albert finally managed to call the police and report what had happened. As they waited, several people who had noticed the situation even stopped nearby to ask what was going on.
He won't let go of my steering wheel. He's drunk and crazy. I can't. The cops are on their way. I just don't want to get hit. He's grabbing my steering wheel. He won't let go. I've tried to beat him off of me, and he won't let go. He almost wrecked me twice.
Are you Uber?
Yes. I can't. As soon as I try to move, he's got my steering wheel. Sorry, I didn't mean to. I know you got kids. Sorry.
Oh, it's fine.
The cops are on their way, so as long as nobody's gonna crash into me, I'm good just to sit here, I guess.
You want me to stay here right here?
That'd be awesome if you could. That way we got more of a traffic block, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's Chinese, but he speaks English. Dude, what are you doing? Let go of my steering wheel.
Officers arrested Vang a short time later at a nearby donut shop. He was found to have a blood alcohol level of 0.19, more than twice California's legal limit, and was charged with DUI. Castro later posted the dashcam footage on Facebook, blurring Vang's face, and the video quickly went viral, eventually receiving national news coverage. Castro said he was told that Vang would no longer be able to use the Uber app, while Uber released a statement describing his behavior as dangerous and unacceptable. Looking back on the incident, Castro said what made him especially angry was thinking about everything he could have lost that night, not just his own life, but the life he'd built with his wife and their 8 children. This next video comes from a woman named Destiny, who experienced multiple terrifying events in a single night, and even had some firefighters working the night shift completely baffled. On March 4th, 2026, at around 11 p.m., Destiny was asleep in her room when something completely unexpected suddenly woke her up. Destiny had no idea what had just happened, but her house had actually been struck by lightning. She got out of bed, trying to figure out what had just happened. Moments later, she realized that half of her house had lost power. Not long after that, the fire department arrived to inspect the property and make sure the lightning strike hadn't caused any hidden fires or other hazards. But during that inspection, something very strange would happen. Before we get into that, though, let's go back to the beginning, to the exact moment when the house was struck by lightning. Destiny had several security cameras installed around her home, and realizing that she'd captured something pretty rare, she decided to post the footage online. But it didn't take long for viewers to notice something else happening at almost the exact same moment as the lightning strike, and what they noticed would eventually lead to a much deeper investigation.
So that's me in bed. There's a TV. Look in this general area, okay? This corner of the room. And tell me if you see what I see. The lightning strikes. Look in this bottom right corner. Wait for it. There. Turn the brightness down a little bit. Okay. What is that? Do you see that? Tell me that doesn't look like a person sitting on the floor in my fucking bedroom. And then they're gone. Am I crazy? Like, you guys also see that, right? Oh my God, that's so creepy. And then it's just gone. Oh my God.
Destiny wasn't exactly sure what she'd captured, but in the footage, there appeared to be something resembling the outline of a body lying on the ground. The image wasn't particularly clear, but there was definitely something visible that didn't appear to be there before. Of course, there's another possibility. The lightning strike could have caused some kind of camera malfunction, creating an unusual artifact in the footage. But that wasn't even the strangest thing captured that night. When the firefighters arrived to inspect the house, the bizarre events continued.
Pay attention to this firefighter right here. He keeps looking over at the couch again and again, like as if someone's sitting there and there's not. And this is when it really gets weird.
According to the firemen, they would swore that they had seen someone sitting on the couch. On that same sofa where the firefighters thought they saw someone sitting, something strange happens. An imprint on the back cushion suddenly begins to rise, almost as if someone had just gotten up from the couch. And at this point, you might be thinking, "Come on, Whispers. It's obvious what happened. The firefighter could have simply been leaning against the sofa, causing the cushion to compress, and then when he moved away, it slowly returned to its original position." And honestly, that would be a perfectly reasonable explanation. But this is where things get even creepier. Let's say the firefighter really was responsible for the cushion moving. If that's the case, how do you explain this? In the same recording, just a few minutes before the firefighter checked the electrical panel, another firefighter shines his flashlight directly at the couch. And this is what he captures.
You know what, actually, I knew you did. That's everyone's the very corner of the dark and the right control. There you go. Oh, fuck. I'll take it. All right. Everyone else. All I need are 10 minutes.
No one was leaning on the couch this time, and no one was even close to the sofa. Yet somehow, an imprint on the cushion began to rise again, almost as if someone had just gotten up from the couch. And what's even stranger is that it happened right after the firefighter shined his light toward it, almost as if the light somehow disturbed whatever was there. None of the firefighters noticed the cushion moving. Destiny didn't notice it either, at least not at the time. She only discovered it later when she went through the security footage, trying to see if anything else had happened before that strange figure appeared during the lightning strike. But while going through all the footage, she found something else that nobody had noticed at first. Not even us. Earlier in the video, when one of the firefighters kept looking toward the couch because he thought someone was sitting there, something else happened. Take a look. Somehow, one of the candles that was burning suddenly goes out. Then later on, another candle extinguishes as well. When you put those two candles together with the strange figure Destiny captured and the two firefighters reportedly seeing someone sitting on the couch, the whole thing becomes incredibly unsettling. A lot of people online believe that something paranormal may have been triggered by the lightning strike, and that whatever it was remained inside the house that night. Personally, after seeing all of this, I'd probably be looking for a new house. But even if you don't believe in the paranormal, there's no denying that there are some genuinely strange moments in this footage. Maybe there's a completely explainable reason behind everything we saw. And if there is, that's great. Still, I can't imagine what it must have been like for those firefighters working their night shift, walking into a house where they thought they saw someone sitting on the couch, only to later find out that nobody was there. The next footage comes from a city in Yemen, where a store owner captured something incredibly creepy on camera. He was working late at night when a woman walked into the store. At first, everything seemed completely normal, but something about her was very off. Her hand doesn't seem quite right, her voice appears to change at one point, and even her face looks strangely distorted. Needless to say, there's something about this woman that definitely doesn't seem normal. Take a look.
طيب حالك حوامك من مات عليك من مات عليك ولا واحد سلام ما بيشتغل ما عاد منزوب هاي يا والله ما طيب طيب
The first thing that stands out about this woman is her appearance. Her skin looks unusually pale, almost like someone who's sick or even deceased, giving her an incredibly uncanny look. A lot of people believed this was a clear case of an evil entity pretending to be a normal person. The sudden change in her voice and the strange questions she kept asking, repeatedly saying, "Who passed away?" only made the encounter even creepier. Now, whether she was simply a normal person, genuinely trying to find out if the store owner was grieving, or there was something much stranger going on, I'll leave that one up to you. That's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed these kinds of videos, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more. You can also turn on the bell so you'll get notified whenever I post. And if you want to keep watching, click on one of the videos on the screen. I'm sure you'll enjoy those too.